everyone, it's Jenny here from The Bear and the Fox, and today I wanted to share some of our favourite picture books about colours with you. First up we have Crocodile, which is a fun interactive book about a crocodile who's creating a work of art and invites the young readers to help him. So here he is putting some colour on the canvas, and he gets you to do things like shake the book to see what happens, but don't shake too hard, and help to straighten up the canvas. And there's his work of art that you've helped to create, and then at the end he asks you to blow, and if you blow too hard, this is what happens. You've got to start all over again. So it's a fun book for young kids who like to be engaged with what they're reading, and you get to do all kinds of things like shake and tilt and blow, but remember, not too hard. So that's Crocodile. Then we have The Colour Thief, which features Zot, who lives on a planet where everything is grey. And he spots this other colourful planet in the distance, which you might recognise as planet Earth, and decides to go there and find some happiness. And what he finds is a really colourful world, so he calls all the colours to him and traps them in his suitcase. So he goes around, first he collects the reds and the blues and the yellows, and then at the very end he's collected all the colours. Earth has become really, really grey, except for this one orange balloon that this little boy has, and he takes that as well. But then as he is flying away, he realises that that wasn't the right thing to do, so he comes back and he returns all the colours, and in return the little boy gives him the orange balloon, and he takes that back to his planet, and the orange balloon makes everyone feel really happy. And the message of the story is that a little colour can go a long, long way. So this is a lovely story with beautiful illustrations. As always, you know we love our beautiful illustrations, and it's also quite unusual. I love the idea, and I hope that you will love it too. Next up we have Mr. Rainbow, which we were very kindly sent for review by Richard Peters, the author. And in this story, Ollie and Poppy are playing in the garden. Here they are having fun on their slide when they hear someone crying. So they go to investigate, and they find Mr. Rainbow, who is sobbing colourful tears into a colourful little puddle in the garden. And they ask him what's wrong, and the reason he's crying is because he has lost one of his colours and he doesn't know what to do. There we are, if you look really closely, that's kind of greyish there, not very colourful at all. So Ollie and Poppy help him to get the missing colour back, which is the colour blue. And they paint the blue back onto Mr. Rainbow, and Mr. Rainbow is so happy that as a thank you he gives them a new slide for their garden, which is now big enough for both of them to play on. And also at the end of the book, which is a lovely little extra, there are some pictures for you to colour in. So here's a very sad looking Mr. Rainbow, and here are the kids in the garden on the slide. So I think that's a brilliant little extra to have at the back of the book. So my boys really love the story. They pretty much love anything to do with rainbows, so it was always going to be a winner. And also Richard tells me that the idea is to make this into a series of books, with each story being about a different colour of the rainbow, so that at the end you have a whole rainbow full of stories. So thank you very much, Richard, for sending us your lovely book to review, and we really enjoyed it. And then I have two books which I have mentioned before in other reviews, but they fit with the theme of colours so perfectly that I'm going to share them with you again. And the first one of those is The Day the Crayons Quit, which features a pack of crayons which go on strike and write letters to the boy who owned them, who just finds this empty packet when he goes to use his crayons, and they all write him a little letter about why they've gone on strike. So Red is a bit annoyed that He gets used so much to colour in fire engines and apples and strawberries and everything that's red, and he even has to work at the holidays because Santa's red and Valentine's heart is red, and he really needs a rest because he's really overworked. And then on the other hand, we have Pink, who is really upset because he's not been used once in the last year. Except for the little sister who used Pink to colour in a princess. But Pink wants to be used to draw a pink dinosaur or a pink monster or a pink cowboy or anything at all. And he's a bit grumpy that he has been neglected. And it goes through all the different colours in the box. And it's a really great story about colours and about what we associate with colours. It's also a great talking point to talk to kids about colours. Which brings me to my last book, Pink is for Boys. And it's not just for boys, it's for boys and girls, and in fact it is for everyone. And the book starts out with Pink is for boys and girls. It can be for bows on fancy dresses. Blue is for girls and boys. And uniforms on a team, and it goes through all the colours, and all of the colours are for girls and boys. Red is for boys and girls, orange is for girls and boys, and so on. Purple and purple unicorns are for boys too. So this is another really great book for talking about colours and about gender stereotyping in colours and about how all colours are for everyone, something that we feel very strongly about. And it finishes off with all the colours are for everyone, for girls and boys. So this is a really great book. It's got very simple text, it's got bold illustrations, and it's got a very simple message. Pink is for boys and for girls. And that's it. Those were some of our favourite books about colours. As always, you can find all the book titles and authors over on my blog, and I will see you next time. Happy reading. Bye!